Chicago. Yes, here we are. Thank you so much for tuning in to another week with Fathers Who Care. Yes, I am back. I have been on a little road trip to D.C. talking to some of the powers to be to let them know what we need in the city of Chicago. We need resources. We need dollars. Yes. We need support. We need empowerment on the west side of Chicago. Yes. If you want to make a difference in the city of Chicago, if you want to stop the violence in the city of Chicago, we believe if we give young folks a job, they'll put down the guns. Amen. That's what we believe. So if the powers that be really want to stop the violence in the city of Chicago, let's infuse the community with some dollars, with some mental health assistance, with some programs that to keep the young folks off the street. I'm about to have a moment. I almost had a moment. All right. Listen, let me digress for a minute. Of course, I'm your servant leader, Reverend Walter Jones, the Executive Director of Fathers Who Care and the West Side Youth Council and the West Garfield Park Community Stateholder. And I would be remiss if I didn't just tell you that this beautiful sister that's on the side of me is my dear sister and our aldermen and committeemen and chairman of the West Side elected officials, the alderman of the 37th Ward, the committeeman of the 37th Ward. She is truly a woman of God. She's a believer. She stands, she believes, she moves, and she do not have fear. She is one who's out in the community making a difference. If you ever want to locate Alderman Mitts, if you ever want to locate her in the 37th Ward, just call her office and ask the office, where's the action in the neighborhood? And they'll tell you she's over there because she's definitely going to be in the community making a difference, empowering the people. I tell you, she is truly a woman that believes in advocating for the least of them and not just for the one that merely talk the talk, but she walks the walk. She's, again, I tell you, she's a compassionate woman of God. She's a legislator. She's a mentor. She's an educator. She's a parent. She has committed her personal life to the empowerment of people. She really do believe about unity in the community. I think she termed that phrase. Mm-hmm. She really believed that if we had unity in our community, if we really believed in each other, if we really loved each other, if we really supported each other, then we can empower our community. Well, listen, you're watching Fathers Who Care, and I want you to know that you can call in tonight. We're talking specifically tonight, how can we restore faith and hope back into our community and back into our people while trying to promote a safe and drug-free community. So for the next 22 minutes or 25 minutes, we're going to be talking to you, the viewing audience, on what can we do to save our babies, to save our communities, to bring hope back. And we have a special guest, as I shared with you, and we're going to talk to her now, Alderman of the 37th Ward, Alderman Emma Mitts, who's also the committee person, and then she's the chairwoman of the West Side Black elected officials. Alderman, we're so thankful that you came out. So thank you so much. We've been really trying to get you, and we know how busy your schedule is, but we were able to get you on the schedule tonight, and we want to literally say to you, thank you so much. If ain't nobody saying it, you're doing such a yeoman job in the 37th Ward. I mean, you really have a heart for the people. You're just not out there talking. Every time I look up, I can see you out there in the community on some rally, on some vigil, on some march. And for the most part, we end up being sometimes in it together. Yes. So I want to thank you for allowing me to ride on your coattails and to hang with you in the community. I really appreciate that. But Alderman, tonight, if you don't mind, we'd like to use this show to specifically talk about the plight of what's going on the west side of Chicago. I'm telling you, I just got back from Washington, and we was the talk in Washington. Yes, we were the talk. And we wasn't the talk in a good way. Yes. We was talk in a negative way. They really think that we've gone crazy in the city of Chicago. I believe that folks really believe we need the National Guard in Chicago. I'm not one to say we do or we don't. I just want to save the babies. I just want to see our children live. I believe we can bring some money in the community. We can help some young people. I don't think tanks up and down the street is going to do a lot in the street. I think if we can provide some social programs, some intervention and support, let's try that first before we bring the tanks out. And I just want to tell the powers that be it our president of the United States, Mr. Trump, or whomever it might be, let's make the National Guard the last resort. Let's try some infusion of some dollars to empower kids. How about if we give them a job?
How about that?
How about if we give them, what do you think, Alderman?
I think that you're absolutely on point. And just today alone, we passed a big contract for the Midway Airport And I was at Austin High School, even doing committee meetings back and forth downtown. But I told the children at Austin High School, I have to go back downtown because I got to make sure aviation is going to be bringing jobs to our community. If we're gonna have those concession jobs, and that's exactly what I went back to do.
You're just a superwoman, aren't you?
I have moved so much today that I didn't get anything to eat until like 4 o'clock.
We got to do better than that.
But it's okay.
We got to do better than that.
Because sometimes you're on a drive and you got to get these things done.
Right.
I can afford to miss a meal one day, and a lot more can afford to miss it for a little while.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
But as long as we stay busy.
Yeah, but you still got to eat.
Yes.
You still got to eat or something, right?
I know.
I'm learning now to just keep fruit with me now.
Yeah, a little something.
So I can, because, I'm getting older. And the body reacts differently when you don't put something in it.
Yes.
And so sometimes you just can't go all day. I'm learning that, if nothing else, that I can't go all day without at least a fruit or something. So I'm trying to get better, all right?
I would take care of anybody else's food that I saw that me. Give me a little something.
I heard that.
So that's what you call love. And
That's what you call love.
Yes, don't be afraid to ask for what you want.
Yeah, but make sure you eat.
Yeah.
But anyway, Alderman, I want to before we go into some of these questions, we have a few minutes. Before we go into this question, I would like to ask you, if I can, I'd like to ask you a personal question.
Sure.
Now, I know that you're the alderman. I know that you're the committee man of the 37th Ward. I know you're the chairwoman of the black elected officials on the West Side, black West Side elected officials.
I'm the chairman for the license committee for the city of Chicago.
You're chairman for the license committee. You chair that committee.
Yes.
Where folks come and get their licenses to open up facilities in the community, right?
Right.
So let me ask this. Now, that's all that work you do. That's your profession, right?
Right.
Who are you personally, and what motivates you? What is your purpose for existing? Who are you?
First of all, I'm a child of God. Secondly, I'm a mother.
Yes.
I am a leader in my community because I care about people. And it don't make a difference on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I still care about them. I love them. I love to talk and help anyone if I can, because that's what God gave me to do. That's what made me be an alderman. Alderman didn't make me. It's what was instilled in me from a child to be able to go out and help someone. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but I think a purpose on life, and you have gifts, and you don't use them, you lose them. So I try to collect everybody's gift that they want to use there so that I can use them to help others. Yeah. I don't want to be one that leave here one day and no one knows she didn't do anything. I want to be pleased with myself each and every day. So if I was to go home, my maker, job well done. That's all I want.
My good and faithful servant.
Yes.
Well, Alderman, I'm so thankful. And again, I say to you, thank you for the work that you're doing in the community. And I personally know that your job is an alderman, but your mission is the people.
Yes.
And you do that quite well. And I mean, it's obvious because, if you couldn't do it, you wouldn't be doing it this long. So we obviously know that your heart is right and that you're really committed to empowering the least of us, to bringing unity into the community, and to changing the mentality about our side of town. There are good things coming out of the west side of Chicago. There's good people on the west side of Chicago.
Yes.
But it makes for good sound bites to talk about the negative stuff, to talk about the violence. Yeah, it exists. It exists. But let's talk about the limited resources that are there. How about talking about that? How about talking about the fact that we don't have what we need to empower our young people, the schools closing, all of these other ills that are affecting our young people. But let's go on to another question. The phone lines are open. We have Alderman Emma Mitts on the show tonight. The number here is 312-738-1060. 312-738-1060. We're talking tonight about how can we restore faith and hope back into our people and community. What can we do to rebuild or to restore faith and hope back into the people in the city of Chicago, particularly on the west side of Chicago? That's a question, Alderman.
Yes, well, one of the things that in order to restore faith and hope, you have to love yourself.
Wow, yes.
If you don't love yourself, how can you love others? And that's a deep word I talk about. 4-letter word.
Right.
Love. Love ye
love.
one another. You know, we could have a lot if we just showed that on a daily basis. In our home, in our talk, in our walk, as we go around, show love. Love is a great thing to have
Well, Alderman,
and to give.
oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Alderman, the show is, it's a
We have a
live
call.
interactive show. So we were hoping that if it's okay, when you have an opportunity, we can answer a call.
Sure, let's answer the call.
Okay. Caller, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. We have Alderman Emma Mitts on the for the 37th Ward. Please, your comment and question, please. Thank you again for calling.
Hello, Alderman. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing right. This is David Elam calling.
Hi, David.
How are you? What's
Good.
up, Reverend Jones?
Hey, David, what's going on? What's your question?
I would like to know how can we bridge the intergenerational gap to promote a safe and drug-free community?
Okay. You want to know how can we bridge the gap between older folks and younger folks to promote a safe and drug-free community?
You know, that's a great question, a real great question, David. That has been a disconnect, and I saw it 15 years ago. That's how long we've been going on, and it has continued. Adults has to be adults, and the children need to have adults mentoring and teaching them. We have to train them up. They do not come in this world knowing everything, because as an adult, you have went through some things that you need to share with young people. For instance, how to manage their money, bank accounts, how much you're spending. There are many things that are very significant to a child.
Right.
Telling them the consequences when you go places and not sharing where you're at and something happened.
Okay.
Being disobedient. These are things that parents have to share and make a child understand. So we have to bridge those relationships so that kids can be good leaders. If no one ever teach them, how can they know?
Yeah. So we believe here at Fathers Who Care that young people can be what they can't see. Would you agree?
Right.
So the person was asking, how can we bridge the gap? And you were saying, learn to respect the opinions of young folks.
Yes.
Train up the young folks in the way they should go.
Yes.
Love these young people.
Yes.
And give these young people opportunities.
Yes, yes.
Alderman, we have another caller. Do you mind?
Encourage them, yes.
Encourage them. I like that when you say also encourage them. So you're hearing how we can bridge the gap between the mature adults like ourselves and young people, which young people think we don't care about them. We don't listen to them.
They're beautiful.
But we love you. We want to keep you sane. We want you to be respectful of us, and we want to be respectful of you. Is that what you said, Alderman?
Absolutely.
Caller, you on air. Your comment or question. You're here with Alderman Emma Mitts of the 37th Ward. Thank you so much for calling. Your comment or question, please. Okay, we seem like we done lost that caller or having some little problems. So, Alderman, let's get back to the question. Now, tell us, what is the mission of an alderman? Look like we have the caller back, or some caller. Caller, you on there, your comment or question?
I have a question.
What's your question, please?
What does the alderman do?
Oh, that was a good one.
You
That's
know,
a good one.
Yeah, she's reading our mind. That was going to be the next thing I was going to tell you.
Well, tell us then, Alderman, what does an alderman do?
An alderman is a legislator. We are elected to legislate, make laws. We introduce and make laws, foremost. But we're also caretakers. We are the maintenance keepers of our community, if you will. That means all city service. You need to know those services in order to connect people to the resources that they need. Oftentimes in the community, one may not know how to get help. And even if they did know how to go to City Hall, it may be a little difficult for them to work through the problem that they're trying to have. So as a legislator and the alderman, I take it upon myself to take that task and go handle it for them.
So you advocate on.
I am
You
much an
kinda-
advocate for my
You
community.
said you what you said earlier. I think you say you advocate, you legislate, and you get it done.
Navigate.
And I love it. Educate, legislate, and never. Oh, I'm gonna use that.
Navigate.
I like that. That y'all hear it? One more time, Alderman.
Educate, legislate, and navigate.
Watch out there, Alderman. You got another caller. Can we have this one?
Sure.
Caller, you on air. Thank you so much for calling. Comment or question, please.
Question.
Yes.
What is public safety?
What is public safety?
Public safety means.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Public safety means the safety. It could be streets that's cracked up. It's a public safety issue. Potholes could be a public safety issue. Anything that would be a safety to the public
Okay.
would be public safety.
Like how about violence?
It could be violence.
Yeah.
It could be viaducts.
Right.
It could be
Loitering?
Loitering. It could be
Okay.
anything that is a safety to the public
Okay.
is public safety.
So you have the alderman giving us some navigating and educating and also legislating. You have another caller, Alderman.
Sure.
You on the air, caller?
How can we restore hope and faith in our community?
One way we can start out by restoring hope is that you, in order to restore something, you need to believe it yourself.
I like
And when
that.
you believe that we can restore hope, then you have to take some action and do something about it. So for myself, I have hope that the violence is going to stop. But I don't just hope. I want to be able to do something about it. And so we are going out to service our community on a holiday, community,
On the 20th,
yes,
February the 20th.
at 10 o'clock in the
At
morning.
Chicago Avenue in Cicero.
Right.
We'll be convening with you.
Yes, we're going door to door to try to bring service to our community, just to let people know we're there and we care
And we love them.
and we love them.
And so this is on Monday.
Monday.
Monday
So
at 10
anyone
o'clock.
who wishes to join us, it's a great opportunity to interact with one another.
Right.
You can't restore hope if we don't interact with the
How are you
person.
going to do it?
You got to be able to talk with them.
How about this one, Alderman? And I was baiting you for this one because I was hoping you're going to take this and run with it. Faith without works
It's dead.
right. So what should we do?
We have to have faith, and then we have to go out and work.
There you go. There you go. I like it. It's more than just that. We got to work too, right?
We got to work.
Alderman, we have another caller. Caller, you on air. Thank you so much. We have Alderman Emma Mitts from the 37th Ward. What's your comment or question, please?
Yeah, how you doing this evening?
Good
We're doing
evening.
well, and you?
Okay, all I want to say is just make a quick comment. You're sitting next to a true alderman there. And I mean, I can't say a bad thing about her because I've seen her in action, not only for me, but for the community too. And I can go through a whole detail about it, but I don't want to take up all the air.
So won't you give us a question tonight?
I'm so grateful.
We thank you for the comments, and we
Thank
definitely agree with you that she's well deserving of the praise. And we also know that she's a humble woman who believes in giving God all the praise. But what's your question for the alderman tonight?
Well, no, I don't have a question.
You don't
Just
have
a
a question.
comment. That's all. But I-
Okay, well, thank you for the comment. And please, if you're not doing
welcome.
anything, come on out on Monday at 10 o'clock on Chicago Avenue in Cicero, where this beautiful sister and queen will be out with the community, and we'll be with her. We'll be walking through the community, marching through the community, rallying through the community, providing resources in the community, letting the community know we love, and giving hugs over violence. All right?
Yes,
So
yes.
please come on out and support the movement
Some
and
hope
show
and faith.
hope and faith, because faith without works
Is dead.
is dead. Caller, you on the air.
Yes, I have a question for Alderman Mitts.
Yes, it's Alderman Miss. Thank you for calling.
Okay. My question to you, Alderman, is with the rallying for hope that's supposed to be taking place this weekend. My question is, what would you say to those that would love to get out and rally with you, but because they don't believe in this hope thing because of everything that's going on around us with the schools and just everything that's going on around us that discourages a person from having hope? What would you say to somebody like that want to come out and rally for hope and give us an encouraging word to give us a reason why we should come out and do it.
First of all, thank you so much for calling, Alderman.
Thank you for calling. And
Thank you.
What I would want to do is talk to a person one-on-one and try to let them know that because you have no hope, you get nothing. With the lack of hope and with the lack of work, you're not even doing anything. That's not going to solve a problem. We have to be positive about what we're doing.
And engaged, right?
Not just negative. Anybody can sit up and say, I can't do anything.
Right, right.
But it takes a real strong person to move out, not knowing if they're going to change anything, but at least you try to do something. And doing something is a whole lot better than doing nothing.
So you're basically
So
saying, if you're
Yes.
feeling hope, you say that you
Come
would
out and-
personally talk to them. You
Personally,
would.
I want to personally talk with them, not in a group. Anyone who feels that way, I would personally talk with them.
That's powerful.
And let me tell you this, I'm so personal with my community. Anyone who wants my cell phone number, I give it to them so that we can talk. It's more than just being an alderman.
Yeah, she
You
is
need,
that person.
You need to have someone sometime
She
to
is that
just
person.
minister to your soul. Let them know that they're
Yeah.
not alone.
So, but give me your
in their
office number,
struggle.
though, right now.
My office number is 773
Right.
379 0960.
Now, we ain't
If
gonna
you
get
give me a call, I'll be happy to call you back. If you like my number, we can exchange that as
Yeah,
well.
but we're gonna give your cell over the air.
Okay.
But we'll give your office number 773-379-0960.
That's correct.
And once those who want to talk to the alderman
Yes, I would
can
love
set an
to talk to
appointment,
'em.
then you all will get her cell number. Caller, you on the air. Your comment or question, please. Thank you so much for calling in with Alderman Emma Mitts from the 37th Ward, a sister that you need to know that's in the community, making a difference with the people. Talk to us.
My question is, how can we empower youth to say no to gangs?
How can we empower people, young people, to say no to gangs?
By giving them other alternatives. Like we need more recreational. We need outlets for our youth. We need jobs for our youth. We need to get them engaged in interacting with the adults, whether it's in a nursing home, whether it's volunteering. We just need them. If you're getting into something positive, you don't have time for something negative.
You are so right.
So
Alderman.
just get
You
into
are
the
so right.
positive.
And
Whether
that's
it's the church, whether engaged in activities, we need to use the mind for positive
So
resources that you need. Not just going out. You don't have to get in a game. First of all, we are leaders. We're not to be led by somebody else. That's when you love yourself and know that you can do all things. You don't let someone lead you. You are the leader.
Well, you heard it. So the alderman saying the way we can get the young brothers or refrain folks from joining gangs is to engage them in positive activities. So if they had positive things to do, they won't be turning to negative stuff to do or to negative people. I strongly believe in that, and I'm going to encourage you, if there's some young people out there who are not actively involved in some activities and you want to join the West Side Youth Council, give us a call at 773-287-5821. Log on to Fathers Who Care or West Side Community Stakeholders. Give us a call and just come on out and fellowship with the young people. They meet every Monday. They're actively involved. And again, we're going to be with the aldermen on Saturday at 10 o'clock at
That's
Chicago. I'm sorry, forgive me. Monday, the 20th at 10 o'clock on Chicago Avenue in Cicero. That's 220, right?
220.
That's February the 20th. Caller, you on the air. Comment or question?
Hi, what programs are available to engage young people?
What programs are available to engage young people? I just talked
Well,
about some stuff
we know
like
we have the After School Matters program, but there are, most churches provide programs from
Safe
the
Haven.
Safe Havens program for young people's cultural arts program that are being provided at many different centers. The problem is that we may have to go outside our neighborhood for some of the programs where our tax dollars are being spent.
Right.
But we're not
Somewhere else.
Downtown.
Somewhere else.
Sometimes it's good to just get
Just
out of
be
it,
exposed.
to get out of the
Yeah.
neighborhood. There are a lot of programs, even with the Park Forest Reserve, for young people,
Right.
free of charge. Teach them how to go swimming, give them the nature. Just
Yeah, exposing them to different
to nature.
avenues. Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily be in the city.
So you're saying be exposed to
Be
different,
exposed.
be open to different
so
things.
there are
Yeah.
programs that young people can get involved in addition to volunteering. But it don't cost nothing.
Come
to
volunteer with us.
Volunteer, and you can get some service learning hours for doing so.
I promise I'll sign them. I'll sign up quickly for you.
I give a lot out.
And listen, so if you want to volunteer, you can volunteer with the alderman.
Get
of
your
course,
service learning hours.
the 37 ward alderman and committeeman would like for you to volunteer with her. And then she would also, if those who want to be in the community doing some work, we encourage you to call Fathers Who Care. Listen, we believe that you can do all things if you put your mind to it. We know that there's nothing too hard for our young people. Our young people are rockets. They're rocket scientists, and they can do it. Caller, you on the air. Your comment or question. Hello, you on the air.
Hi, my name is April.
Hey, April.
How are you?
We're doing well. Your comment or question.
I have a comment. I just want to let my alderman know that this is April, her president of her block that she resides on. And I just want to thank you for being a woman of God, a woman of character, a woman of your word. And what I don't like about what you do is you constantly put the people before yourself. That's a beautiful thing. But like the gentleman said, you have to take care of self first. Because if you're no good to yourself, then you can't be good to us. So I need you to eat, build your strength up, and continue to do a marvelous job that you are doing. So I'm grateful for having you. I'm grateful for knowing you half my life. And I just want to commend you for doing such a wonderful job. And I love you and God bless you. And I'm going to continue to pray for your strength because you have truly made a change in our community. And I love the fact that you're not selfish and you're not self-centered and you have a heart for your people of all ages and of all races. You love to love people. I just thank God.
She'll make me cry.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You know,
I mean, you don't hear it, listen.
I don't hear it often.
Yeah, but thank you so much, April. Listen,
Yes,
to them, much is given, much is required. And so I would be remiss if I would say that she's not going to continue to do it because that's what she's made of. She's not a slice of bread, she's a thoroughbred, and she's in it for the long haul. Caller, you on air, but thank you so much, April. Caller. Hello? So,
How
Alderman,
you doing today?
we're doing fine. Your comment or question, please, sir.
Not a question, just a statement.
Go ahead.
My name is Davis, Dwight Davis. I work with the alderman all the time, and one thing, I like the way she reaches out to her community and tries to help everyone that she can. You can't help all the people, but you can help some of the people.
Right.
But in the meantime, we need to help ourselves by networking through the community. But those of you who are working, always network. Help the next brother out. Always help the next brother out and let him know where they're hiring, where they're not, where to go to look for employment. When you get to a job, reach back and touch another person and let the alderman know. Call the office and network through them.
We have a job fair coming up, too.
Hold on for a minute, good brother. The alderman has a comment. Go ahead.
We have a job fair coming up March the 18th. It would be from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
10 to 1.
Yes, at Bethel.
New Life?
Yes.
On Division?
The one on Lamont.
On Lamont.
Amber
right behind.
Hall. Amber
Hall,
Hall.
right behind the one on
So
Division.
if you call my office, we'll be happy to give you that information.
And the number is?
And we do not bring 773-379-0960, which will be vendors who will be hiring. That's why we give the job fair, so we can get you ahead for the summer.
So listen, this show been moving real fast, Alderman, and we really have to turn down. But we want to thank the Alderman, and we want to thank all of you who are trying to get through and those who are calling. Alderman, continue to do the good work that you're doing. God bless you. We'll be seeing you on Monday. 220, February the 20th on Cicero and Chicago Avenue. Listen, God bless you all. God keep you all. Continue to do the good work, and we'll see you all Monday with the Alderman. Listen, we wish we had more time, but tune in next week where we'll be featuring some additional activities and individuals in the community. Listen, God bless you. We love you. Keep up the good work, and good night. Thank you, Alderman. Thank you so much. We love you, and we'll see you on the other side. Good night.